Are you willing to forgive Congresswoman Taylor Greene?
Listen to this from Fox. Marjorie Taylor Greene announces resignation from Congress after President Trump withdraws endorsement. President Trump called Greene a ranting lunatic in a Truth Social post dropped last week. Now, I don't pat myself on the back that often, do I? But I will for this moment, because what did I say last week when the whole thing was going on and everyone was like, she's fighting with Trump over Epstein and blah, blah. I said, I think what they're actually fighting over is that he's looking at some numbers and it doesn't look like a Senate run or a governor run is going to work for her in Georgia. So that's what they're really fighting about, because he's probably not going to back her. Anyway, they have the fight, and now she's just stepping away from Congress altogether. Listen to this from Leading Report. Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene fires back at President Trump for calling her a traitor. I was called a traitor by a man that I fought for 6 years. I gave him my loyalty for free. He called me a traitor for standing with these women and refusing to take my name off the discharge petition. Let me tell you what a traitor is. A traitor is an American that serves foreign countries and themselves. Okay, so it's a pretty damning statement. Again, the implication is that Trump is serving foreign countries and that he's serving himself as he's fixing the country. And I don't want to waste time going through the 10 months of great things that he's been doing, but also that she says, what did she say? She did it selflessly. She did it, right? What was the exact line? Selflessly? Is that the word that she said? Selflessly on there? It's like, lady, I'm pretty sure you got pretty famous, and I'm pretty sure you got a lot of notoriety and everything for riding Trump's coattails. Now, for whatever reason, politically, or you see the tea leaves changing, or you see frustration with MAGA or whatever, you're moving on. Like, that's how politics works. That is what it is. So we're going to show you a portion of her resignation speech where she sort of announced if they don't go the way she wants them to go after her, she's going to come back, which is strange to announce the retirement and the comeback in one shot, but okay.
My only goal and desire has ever been to hold the Republican Party accountable for the promises it makes to the American people and put America first. I have too much self-respect and dignity. I love my family way too much, and I do not want my sweet district to have to endure a hurtful and hateful primary against me by the president that we all fought for, only to fight and win my election while Republicans will likely lose the midterms, and in turn be expected to defend the president.
That is really weak, lady. So you're not going to run because it's going to be tough. I mean, that's basically what she just said right there. I'm not going to put my district through a tough race. What is politics? What have you been doing all these years, right? You've been fighting with everybody, and I get it. And I try, as I said last week, I'm not going to do it every day this week, the giving the devil his due thing. Like, she's trying to have a little bit of a mea culpa around, oh, I've been kind of mean. But what are you saying? If this is the fight of everything and this is the most important thing, you just don't, like, if you really care about the people of your district, and you think you're the best to fight everything, like, why wouldn't you be fighting right now? Which, again, I think that's probably more proof that she just doesn't think she can win in her own district. Here, continued.
I refuse to be a battered wife, hoping it all goes away and gets better. If I am cast aside by the president and the MAGA political machine and replaced by neocons, big pharma, big tech, military-industrial war complex, foreign leaders, and the elite donor class that can never, ever relate to real Americans, then many common Americans have been cast aside and replaced as well. There is no plan to save the world or a 4D chess game being played. When common American people realize and understand that the political industrial complex of both parties is ripping this country apart, that not one elected leader like me is able to stop Washington's machine from gradually destroying our country, and instead the reality is that they, common Americans, the people, possess the real power over Washington, then I'll be here by their side to rebuild it. I'll be resigning from office with my last day being January 5th, 2026, and I look forward to seeing many of you again sometime in the future.
I gotta say, guys, I know she's kind of smiling in that, and she's saying things that sort of directionally sound right, but something does not seem right here. If you believed any of that, You've been a fighter all your life. Why would you not continue fighting now? But so the machine that's so evil, that's kicking me out, if that machine replaces me with someone that the machine likes, then I'll get back in and fight again. It actually makes no sense. And then this thing that everyone seems to be doing, like just to list off all of these things. So it's the neocons and big pharma and foreign donors and elites and all of those things. Well, lady, to whatever extent any of that is true, how do you think stepping away now and coming back after they've strengthened themselves is any better? I just genuinely don't understand it. Here's Trump on Truth Social. Marjorie Taylor Greene, because of plummeting poll numbers and not wanting to face a primary challenge with a strong Trump endorsement where she would have no chance of winning, has decided to call it quits. Her relationship with the worst Republican congressman in decades, Tom Massey of Kentucky, also known as Rand Paul Jr., because he votes against the Republican Party in really good legislation, did not help her. For some reason, primarily that I refused to return her never-ending barrage of phone calls, Marjorie went bad. Nevertheless, I will appreciate Marjorie and thank her for her service to our country, President DJP. And then because so much of this is kayfabe, right? I'm always telling you guys about kayfabe. This is the concept in WWE wrestling where it's like we're watching a staged reality, but we're all kind of in a story. And this one turns on this one, and this guy disappears for 2 years and then makes a comeback and now hates the guy he used to love. And the two guys who used to love each other now hate this guy and Jake the Snake Roberts and everything else. Here's Trump already saying that he would be willing to make up with Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Are you willing to forgive Congresswoman Taylor Greene?
Forgive for what? No, I just disagreed with her philosophy. She started backing perhaps the worst Republican congressman in our history, just stupid person named Massey. And I said, go your own way. And once I left her, she resigned because she would never have survived the primary.
Or you had a fight with Elon Musk and you guys were able to work it out.
No, I get along with everybody.
We see the same thing happening between you and Congresswoman.
Sure, why not? I mean, I get along with everybody.
All right, look, I think that's right? Like, I think that's in some sense, it's the same thing that he's done with Elon. I think it's the same thing that he's sort of doing with Mondama. Yo, you said horrible things about me. I'll be nice to you now. We'll fight later. So Trump, there's nobody that is better at this sort of thing than Trump, right? Playing the game.